Welcome to Quality of Life Now's Bone Density Workshop. We're making a short one this week, and next week we're having a live workshop. We are working on building up our bone density. There's something called Wolff's Law that says basically if you stress your bones, your body becomes aware of that and starts building your bone density. So you have to do things that keep your bones under stress, and there's different ways to do it. The first two things we're going to do is for our lower body. What you do is your largest bones are in your lower body, so you want to stress those. Plus, the movements also build up your lower body strength and your stability, your balance, and so you can actually become more mobile as well as becoming sturdier. So we're going to start out. There's a chair, you may have one. We're going to use these to start. So the first thing we're going to do is these build up your knees and the muscles in your legs, as well as put stress on your bones, because when you bend down, that causes some pressure on your bones as your muscles contract, and that sends out a signal, that piezoelectric signal to your body. So we're just going to start out the first one. We want to do squats, but when you do a squat, you're going down your shoulders. You don't keep your back straight. That puts a lot of stress on your knees. So as you go down, your shoulders come forward, but they don't really go past your knees. So you don't want to be doing this. Nothing's happening in your lower body. We're coming down. So we're going to start with a chair. You can use the back of the chair, and we can just go. We'll do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to just go low enough so you can engage your lower body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, then stand up, just wiggle your hips back and forth. So that's level one. If you're just starting, you should do that. You also don't have to get low. To go to the next step, you can do one or two things. You either go lower, obviously that builds up more, or the other one is you can not use a chair. So we'll do 10 of those. If you're just starting, continue to use the chair. One of the things when you start, if you've gone from 0 to start practicing, you have to be very careful the first couple of days. You get so sore or you overdo it and then you just stop. So it's better to do less the first week or two and then build up. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that is putting some stress on your lower body. Now, this is really good. We want to build up the muscles on the inside of our legs, so if we fall, we can catch ourselves and not collapse. At the same time, we want to put pressure on our bones. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand up. So if you're just starting, you can use the chair. What you want to make sure is you're not doing this to get up. And so the way you do that is we have this other expensive piece of equipment, which is a block. You can use a book or something. You hold that, and then you can start by standing and sitting down. Okay, once you can do that, fine. Now, obviously, you don't want to use your hands to do it because we're building our legs. So what you want to do is you want to stand up. That squeezes these. Now, the first time you sit down, it's very scary because even though the chair's there, it's like, oh, I think it's okay. Oh, but it's there. So after the first time, your body's gotten rid of the anxiety. You can go up and down. So we'll do 9 of these. 3. So when you stand up, you can go a little faster, but when you sit down, you want to sit down very slowly to build everything up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so you probably feel that. It's very good. It's because the other thing about keeping you're properly aligned, you have to squeeze this. And like I said, when you're doing those, it's building up the muscles on the inside of your leg. Now the final part is, so one of the ways we create stress on our bones is we drop our body. So it's like you're lifting your toes, dropping, lifting your toes, dropping, lifting your toes, dropping. So we're going to combine the two movements together. So you're going to go lift your knees slightly, and you're going to kind of hit them down as you come up. This is like level 3. So if you're just starting, you can stay with just the brick and then sit down slowly. But now when you stand up, we'll just do 5 because I know it's making a lot of noise. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so those are for using the chair to stand up. It's really good for your balance, your confidence, plus you want to get these muscles going so you can sit, stand and sit confidently. Another way, there's a movement that's called King shakes his body, which is also for your bones. What you're going to do is your knees are loose. You don't want to lock your knees because when you drop, you're going to hurt your knees. So your knees stay loose, but what you do is you come up on your toe, on the ball of your feet and your toes, and you just breathe in and then just relax. It's supposed to send a shock wave through, especially the lower part of your body. Once again, anything that you do that stresses your bones tells your body, oh, my bones are being stressed out, I better build them up. They start, like once you get over 40 or 50, you start losing bone mass. So you're not just going to do it like one time. It's like, okay, I've got bone mass again. You want to go through these and do them, a few minutes a day, and it probably takes about 6 months to a year before it starts having enough of an effect, because it's a natural way of doing it. So you don't take a pill and suddenly you have massive bone density changes. You have to, like, your body adjust to being under stress, and then it tells itself, it builds up the bone density. Okay, so that's by dropping, causing little shocks to wave through. The final way of this, just stressing the lower body, is called holding positions. And what you do is, in this one, you put your feet about 2 shoulder widths apart, and you want to relax your body. But now you're going to bend your knees. They don't go past your toes, but until you feel the large muscles in your glutes and your butt, everything's, holding your weight. So now that means that you're putting some stress on your femur because the muscles around it are tightening. And so what we want to do is we want to stay in this position. We're going to come up. We're embracing the heart. We'll just take 5 breaths. And if you watch the other things on our channel, you always do abdominal breathing. You don't breathe with your chest, you breathe with your abdomen. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. We'll do 2 more. Relax everything. As you get warmed up a bit, you can bend your knees a bit further, but you want to make sure your knees don't go out too far. Breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. Okay, and then bring your feet back, breathe in, breathe out, pull the energy in and put it in your abdomen. All right, so those are ones that put some stress on your lower body. You can do them. They're not that hard. You can do them while you're waiting for the water to boil for your tea or coffee. It doesn't take that much. The other one you can do, this one you can do anytime when you're sitting and just waiting, which is called bone tapping. So what happens is you tap your bones. Unfortunately, I can't find one, but what you can do is you start out with your hand and you're tapping. So you're tapping up. So this is causing what's called micro fissures in your bone, which are just very small, fractures. And so that tells your body, oh, once again, I'm under strain. So I've got to fix those. It releases hormones that tell your body to start building bone density, but they don't. It's unspecific. So even though you're only affecting one part of your body, the whole body gets the hormones, so it starts making bone density all over. Okay, so the way you do this is just going to lightly tap. You start on the back of your hand. You come up to your shoulder. You tap your shoulder. I'll try to avoid the mic. And then you come down. And then you come back up. So when you're going on the palm side, that's from your shoulder to your palm. This actually has an acupuncture, Chinese energetic medicine. There's a reason that you go in that direction. So you're here. So at the beginning, you can just lightly tap. Come up. So this is because we're doing along the energy points, not only is it affecting our bones, but it's activating the energy centers, the acupuncture points. So we're awakening up our body, telling the energy to move through. You can also do this. This is not part of the bone one, but you want to get all the fluids and everything out of your lymph glands, which go up the sides of your body, especially your armpits and your chest here. Okay, so you can either stay with that. You can also tap your legs. We'll just go down to our knees. You can tap all the way down to your feet, but because I don't know what the state of your balancing ability is, we're just going to go there. So this one, it's the same thing. You go down this back and sides of your leg. You can go all the way down to your feet, or you can stop at your knees, go below your knees a bit. And then when you come up, you go on the inside. And once again, we want to get our lymph glands, so we rub. These are called your qua here. Just do 2 more sets of those. Okay, so that's level 1. You're using your hand to tap. This is not it, but I'm using this to show you the concept. What you do is you take one of your socks. I can't find any of my socks for some reason. And you put mung beans in it. And you now have this sock that's half full of mung beans. And then you use the sock to do the hitting. So it's a little stronger hit. You're not smashing. You can hit as hard as you want, but instead of, it kind of spreads the blowout. So anyway, so you can get a little bit more force, and so you can build up to it. If you watch the martial arts movie, they start out with the beans, but they end up hitting themselves with sticks. So we're not going to go that. That's level 5. We're not going to do that today. All right, so that's it. So build up your bone density. Do a little bit every day, but be consistent. You have to do it every day to keep your bones under a bit of stress so your body knows to rebuild them. It's going to take 6 months to a year before you notice it, but you're on if you do it every day, it becomes just a habit. Between now, you're going to be doing it for years, so it'll be helping. It took years for us to lose the bone density. Now, it's going to take years, but it's easy. They're not that hard to do. Plus the other ones is they build up your lower body so you'll be more stable, standing, walking. You don't have to worry so much about falls. Falls are very bad if you have bone density problems. All right. So we'll see you next week. Next week we're gonna have an actual live one and we'll have a QA. In the meantime, keep practicing. See you soon. Bye.